CVP, Secrets, where every frame is a breathtaking life and death scene, where good and evil confront each other in relentless pursuits. Click to follow now so you don't miss a single moment, because here, every second can change fate. On the afternoon of August 9th, 2023, in the Los Angeles area, the situation unexpectedly turned into a nightmare. A Department of Water and Power SUV was spotted trying to overtake several other vehicles and accelerate away. A series of emergency calls were made to the 911 switchboard. The Foothill Police Department immediately deployed its forces, but instead of stabilizing, things quickly descended into an unprecedented nightmare. As soon as the LAPD spotted the car, a chase began as the suspect sped east at high speed. Backup was called in. Just as he was about to flee, he suddenly made a U-turn in the middle of the road. A puzzling move. Was this a reckless move, or was he hiding some kind of plan? He drove straight through the iron gate, as if he was going to continue running away. But no. In an unexpected move, the car suddenly turned around and accelerated straight into the police car, not running away, but confronting. What was he thinking in that moment? It all happened so fast. The police officer had barely gotten out of the car when the collision occurred, backed by a sudden, powerful warning of danger. Madness. People ran everywhere to avoid danger. Not stopping, the Mark continued to rush into a truck. The journey beyond the field to the police had to open fire. The fence passed by the car body, but still vaguely tried not to stop. In an even more straightforward action, stepped on the gas, rushing straight towards you as if to challenge your own life.
If we start up again, you're right. Hey, Butler, if he starts up...
The warning quickly programmed a block, but instead of stopping, it drove straight into a row of trees. The car, and smashed violently between the trunks, ended up in the same way, still not surrendering. Trying to defend inside the car, blocking all escape routes, while the officers slowly closed the siege. No way back, but still determined not to recover. Ramirez was taken to the hospital after suffering a gunshot wound and was later charged with felony assault on a police officer with a deadly weapon and theft. Bail was set at $152,000. 3 officers were injured in the incident, but all are recovering. On the afternoon of June 29th, in Charles County, Maryland, around 2 p.m., a carjacking occurred right in the parking lot. A man suddenly attacked a woman and stole her car. The operation, with a serious level of violence, created real functional energy into the life of the emergency. But what happened next was completely beyond the suffering of a normal pursuit service. The suspect sped down Matterwoman Beantown, recklessly running red lights and weaving between traffic poles at breakneck speeds. The danger to the public was growing, forcing the police to tighten the siege at all costs. But the question remained, can they finish the job before tragedy strikes, or will the fugitives' desperation push them all past the point of no return? Many people still don't understand that yielding to a police siren is mandatory. How can officers do their job if they are constantly blocked by drivers who refuse to move? In a life or death chase, every second counts. Your hesitation could cost someone their life. The incident was tragically re-inspired when the suspect vehicle lost control, as if on a pit-style rampage, and veered off the road into oncoming traffic on Matterwoman Road in Beantown. The stolen vehicle crashed directly into a dump truck. During the course of the operation, explosives caused a real disaster.
Park and run.
His end was the result of his own choices. His actions not only ruined his life, but also left scars on the victims, the truck drivers, their families, and the officers involved. No one wants a life to end like this, but in the end, it was his recklessness that led to the inevitable tragedy. How desperate would it be for someone to call the police to protect their daughter? That's exactly what happened in Strongsville, Ohio, on August 26, 2023. Fearing for her 19-year-old daughter's safety, a mother warned her that she was driving under the influence. A traffic stop followed, and then things took an unexpected turn. It's a line you can't forget.
Don't go in the car. Okay, stand still. No, keep your car. Okay, you see the tip of my finger? Follow it with your eyes and your eyes. Stigmatism doesn't affect us though.
It doesn't, oh, gotcha.
Okay. I saw him. Oh, you okay? Okay. Do one more thing. Stand right here. Do you have any leg or back problems?
I have, I don't know if 4, 5, 6, 7.
No, I know. That's all we want to do.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're gonna go stay at your boyfriend's for the day and cool down.
The officer was extremely lenient with the young woman, even neglecting to check for proper procedure. Imagine if she had a concealed weapon on her person. Even a small mistake could have turned the matter into an unexamined drama.
Stand there. Can I look? Stand there. Stand up behind your car. Don't move.
Mine.
It's on your front seat with the rolled up dollar bill. And based on my training experience, I'm pretty sure that's so you're on the phone with your mom, you're all angry, you're all worked up, and you have a bag of the rolled dollar bill right next to you on the front seat, and you're telling me to believe that you didn't use anything.
Arrested and handcuffed to a patrol car, everything seemed under control. But somehow, she managed to slip out of the handcuffs. Instead of running away, she calmly finished off the white claw she had hidden, took a drag on her vape, and stuffed the empty can into her pants. Later, she even casually mentioned the loose handcuffs as if it were no big deal. It wasn't until she got back to the detention center that the full truth gradually emerged, and it left everyone stunned. Sitting in the back of a police car and drinking beer is probably the most obvious sign of how life is going downhill. Luckily, it was just a beer this time. If it had been a hidden gun, the consequences could have been much more dire.
Sorry, you're stuck to your chin.
Yeah, I know.
Okay? This is a clean glove. Oh, you should. I do this over touching it. This temporary stop.
At the jail, she submitted to a breathalyzer test, and it came back as a 0.219%, nearly 3 times the legal limit. But what was more surprising was Officer Glover's actions. Instead of gently checking her, he allowed her to step outside to take another puff of her vape. For a moment, one didn't know whether to be surprised, amused, or worried about the system's handling of the situation. The suspect is facing a slew of charges: driving under the influence, OVI, underage possession of alcohol, tampering with evidence, and attempting to flee. Despite the seriousness of these offenses, her sentence was surprisingly lenient, raising questions about how DUI cases are handled by law enforcement. We'll do it once, it'll clear up, then do it again, okay? A seemingly innocuous line that reflects a disturbing lack of process. On the morning of November 26, 2024, at 10 a.m., on State Road 5, Florida, a black Dodge Ram is speeding at 70 miles per hour in a 45 zone. The warning signals a stop, and for a moment, it seems like the driver is on the defensive. But unexpectedly, the gas lights up and flees, leading to a foul-smelling adventure across the famous 7-mile bridge. On the other side of the bridge, what awaits? Hope or panic? The 2019 Dodge Ram sped across the bridge at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, weaving between oncoming traffic and nearly colliding with multiple vehicles, including a police cruiser. The driver also recklessly swerved into the oncoming lane, forcing vehicles to swerve onto the shoulder to avoid him. The chase spiraled out of control, descending into chaos and extreme danger. Clearly, his instinct to flee had completely overridden his sense of safety and his reason. He might have confidently thought he was not a danger, but the hundreds of drivers forced to swerve to avoid collisions in oncoming traffic would have had a completely different opinion.
Right shoulder just off the bridge, just north of the 47. That's what's up. Right behind the road from the sheriff's office. Ryan Monroe, sheriff's office. 1048. Black pickup is going to be getting out of the just
The high altitude exploded as Lapidus abandoned the car in the middle of the frozen bridge and suddenly plunged into the ocean. Minutes later, Monroe County Sheriff's deputies arrived on patrol, flashing lights from the cold water and re-energizing the frantic pursuit in an unexpected ending. The reason he ran away and the reason he jumped into the sea may now lie quietly at the bottom of the ocean. And I'm sure that whatever it was, if discovered, would land him with a sentence far more severe than the charges he's facing. There are some secrets that people would rather risk their lives for than let come to light. Lapidus, a repeat traffic offender with multiple driving disqualifications in his past, now faces charges of reckless driving, fleeing from a power source, and operating a vehicle while suspended. Fortunately, no one was injured in the incident, but the high-speed chase across the notoriously dangerous bridge put countless lives at risk, created a public frenzy, and raised questions about accountability and legal intimidation.